Alright, in this video we're going to explain how to use VCAs, which on this console are called control groups, how to bring them up on the faders, and how to use VCA spill, which is a little awkward on this console. But let's try. First thing to note is that when you do a default session structure, the control groups don't show up in your top layer bank. So as a review, we need to organize our banks to bring our control groups where we want them. So if I hit master screen and I hit layout and I bring up my fader banks page, you can see that the control groups under the default structures are buried on layer 2 of the left side. I'm going to put them over here where the matrix outputs are on the right side of the console. I don't need matrix out. So I'm going to hit move. I'm going to select what I want, control group. I'm going to hit move, and I'm going to move them down here to this bottom bank. Now we're good with that. Now they are down here. And I hit control groups. These are like my VCA masters, and I will click them and bring them up. There are a couple ways to do this, to set up your channels to control groups. I think the easiest thing to do is hit this control groups button up here on the master screen and bring that up. And there are my 12 control groups. You can click in here and name them if you want, you know, drums, lavs, whatever. And then hit the join leave button. And then select what you want. Let's say we've got the first 4 channels and skip channel 5 of my first layer here. And then it's real simple at this point. It should already be working. If I mute on my master control group, I mute my faders. Obviously, we could have them on different banks or whatever. So that's pretty simple. There are other ways to join the control group. A second way to do it would be hit the LCD function here. And you can join control group with this button, select your control group, and then select who you want to join. For example, control group 1 has got these, and we could add more, whatever. But that's just an alternative method. Now, what might be kind of useful is to VCA spill, is what we call it on the CL, and we call it a pop group on the Midas. My favorite way to do it is through the Midas. What if we wanted to set up a macro where we clicked a button over here and it would just spill all the stuff in my control group? Then you could have different buttons that could spill your bass, spill your drums, spill your vocals, whatever. So let's spill this group we just created. For example, if I mute, you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So the way to do this is to program a macro and do a set spill. Let's do the set spill part first. Go up to layout, set spill. And we can have up to 8 sets. If we click the, let's do set 1, assign from control group, and we select control group 1. Now control group 1 is our set 1 of our set spill. Now if we go to setup, and we go to macros, and we select, let me make a new one. And it gets a little complicated here. Click layout, click select set spill, and it defaults to set 1, but you could change that number with the buttons if you had multiple set spills. But once you're good with that, pick a button you want to assign it to. Let's assign it to button number 1 and hit capture, and you're done. Capture is kind of like save. Now, when I hit macro 1, it spills 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 from my control group. So you could set this up to, you know, spill various things from your band or your mix there.